Yoga for Foundational Strength. Welcome everyone. You may need 2 blocks for practice, and we'll begin with some breath work. The first option is the Oceanic Ujjayi breath, constricting the back of the throat and taking deep inhalations through the nose and exhalations through the nose. Second option is the Kapalbhati breath, inhaling normally through the nose, but exhaling by contracting the low abdomen. Stick to the first option if this one does not feel good in your body. The Kapalbhati breath is to help awaken the core, help with digestion. However, it can be an intense one to start. All right, that was just a taster. Come back to a normal breath. However, do use the Ujjayi breathing technique throughout this practice to help regulate your nervous system. It'll be a strong but accessible practice. Let's begin movement with seated cat-cows, inhaling to open up and exhaling to curl in, tucking the chin. Inhaling open, tilting the head back, and exhaling in. Inhaling open. Exhale, come back to center. And let's do some shoulder rolls, rolling the shoulders up, back, down, and forward. Taking this at your own speed. And then switch directions. And relax the shoulders, coming back to center. Tuck the chin in and start to draw 2 large circles with your chin as your guide, and going all the way up and around as far as you can. And when you reach the bottom of your second rotation, switch directions. And then come back to center. Bring the backs of your hands together and start to roll out the wrists. This is a great exercise if you have any wrist sensitivities. Doesn't put any weight on them. Make sure to switch directions. And come back to center. Untuck your legs, bringing your feet out wide in front and leaning back either on your fists if you have wrist sensitivities or flat on your palms. Windshield wiper the legs side to side, bringing back a little bit of circulation. Come back to stillness and walk your feet in. And we're coming into Navasana. So you can do this with your fingertips planted, leaning back, raising the feet up. You can try lifting the hands off the ground if that feels comfortable, maybe even extending the legs out long. Meet yourself where you are. On your next exhalation, slowly start to lower down to a low boat, hovering the shoulders and the feet. Inhale back up to your high boat, and then exhale slowly down again. Inhale up one more time, and then exhale, hover. Slowly release. Good job. You can stay right here resting, or you can take a quick bridge pose with me, bringing the feet in, lining them up about hips width distance apart, palms flat on the ground. Inhale the hips up. This is a great release for the abdomen that we just worked out. Breathe here. Lifting the hips a little more, and then slowly exhale down. Extend the legs out long again, and slowly make your way onto your side. Doesn't matter which, we'll be doing both. Line the arm up with the front of your mat, and you can keep your feet either one on top of the other or staggered for side plank. Inhale the hips up and extend the top arm, maybe even bringing it overhead, and breathe here. Slowly start to come back down and make your way onto your belly. Lay your arms down long by your side, fingers spread wide and fingernails firmly planted. Inhale the chest up, back line is strong. Exhale down. We'll do that again. Inhaling up, option to lift the feet this time. Exhale, release back down with control. One more time, inhaling up and exhaling down. Lift your arms and either shoot your fingers back behind you or take an interlace. Inhale to lift, pulling through the arms, whichever version you took, maybe lifting the feet. Exhale, lower. We're going into side plank on the other side. Align the other arm with the front of your mat and roll onto that side, either staggering the feet or placing one on top of the other. Inhale the hips up and lift the arm, maybe reaching overhead. Breathe here. On your next exhalation, slowly start to lower down with control. Make your way back onto your stomach, tucking the toes under, maybe staying on your knees. Inhale up to plank. If you have wrist sensitivities, you can do this on fists. And start to exhale down, hovering chaturanga, inhaling up. Exhaling down, hover, and inhaling up. And exhale back to child's pose. Stay propped up on your forearms if you need a bit of space. Coming through tabletop, bring yourself down to your forearms. Keep your elbows roughly aligned underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under and come to plank. You can keep the knees grounded if that's where you are. Stay strong through the entire body and breathe. With control, slowly begin to exhale down. We'll bring the hands out wide, tenting the fingers, elbows pointing up. Looking down at the mat, inhale, rolling up the spine, and then exhale, bringing the head back down. Inhaling up again, exhaling down, and release. Planting the forearms down underneath the shoulders once again. Tuck the toes under and lift up. And this time you can stay in plank or take dolphin, walking the feet in towards the body, shifting the weight to be more in the shoulders. Feel free to play with this shape, bending into the knees generously if you need to, maybe pulsing a little back and forth, testing your weight out. If you feel comfortable, maybe lifting one leg up at a time and lowering it with control. Stay strong through the shoulders and start to walk yourself back out. We'll come to meet in child's pose. If you find your breathing is a little erratic, go back to that oceanic Ujjayi breath, constricting the back of the throat, deep and slow breathing through the nose. Begin to walk your hands back. Widen the stance of your feet. Tuck the toes under and come to lift up into a Malasana squat. Be sure to abduct the legs. You can sink down, but if you get too low, lift up just a touch. Extend the arms out long in front of you and slowly begin to rise up. Inhaling the arms up and over, and then exhaling them down by your side. Walk the feet in closer together. On your next inhalation, start to bend into the legs, inhaling the arms up. Keep the gaze straight ahead or up towards your hands and play with the weight distribution on your feet, maybe lifting the toes, rocking back. Squeeze the legs together, activating the glutes. On your next exhalation, begin to forward fold, straightening the legs out some. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Widen the stance a little bit with your feet. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, generous bend in the knees. Inhale up halfway and begin to make your way down to plank, either with the knees grounded or hovering. Exhale down and through to either cobra or upward dog. And then exhale back, child's pose. Option to do another vinyasa, coming through, exhaling down to chaturanga, inhaling up, upward dog or cobra, and then exhaling back, taking downward dog. If you have wrist issues, feel free to go back to that dolphin pose from earlier on your forearms. You can also bend generously into the legs to help release the back line of the leg. Slowly begin to make your way to an easy seated position. We'll just take a moment of gratitude for showing up to practice. It was only 12 minutes, but it was pretty spicy. Before leaving your mat, do be sure to check in with your breath and place a smile on your face. Thank you so much for joining me for practice today. Sending you all peace and love.